here in the next day or two. So what's scenario number two? Scenario number two is the potential for us to get a spring from here. Like we talked about the other day on the Wyckoff method, you'd be looking for a retest, a deep swing back into these lows and then a quick reaction out, basically just trying to shake out all those weak hands. And, it looks like a bear trap at that point in time. Now that would then have us looking at a potential spring and retesting a higher support level. And if we could continue with some of that and break out of this last high, so past the $8,300 range, that area, we'd be broken through this descending triangle. And if we could retest that as support, then everything is golden. I mean, that's really how we'd want to see this whole thing play out, is that we, have some kind of price action up and past the previous high and a show of support against that previous high. So that's scenario number two. So we want to see how the price reacts to this potential resistance area, and then whether we take a real quick deep swing back down into these previous lows in the kind of $5,800 range and maybe even a little bit deeper, come back quickly up and start making some progressive moves to the positive. Now, the bear version of this is, even if we get that potential short squeeze and get some price action up into here, that we reject that and accept that as resistance and come back down and potentially break through this market structure, or hit this resistance level and come back through this market structure. And so if we end up breaking and closing below that 58 to 57.50, call it, that area, okay, it's not looking really good. We have a close there in that range. That's not going to be looking pretty. And to wrap things up, the 100 and the 200 moving average, the exponential moving average, 100 period, 100 candles averaged out in the green, 200 averaged out in the red. If we can make a price play, you can see where the moving average has settled in here to what we were looking at as our potential support and resistance, or first our resistance and then hopefully as a support area for us. If we do break out of that and we can settle in on this 100 period moving average, that would be very positive. Because as you can see, since February, we have not been able to stay above that moving average. We popped above it here and looked like we were going to settle in on it back in May, but then broke through the middle of May, and we haven't revisited that level up until recently. So that'd be another positive if we can settle in there. Well, I hope that helps so that you can take a look at what happens in the charts, and if anything transpires overnight, then we'll do another look at it tomorrow. Don't forget to leave comments below, hit subscribe, like if you would please, and also make sure you hit that alert notification so you know when all the great videos pop up from a bunch of different folks, including Maddie, who does a daily news update for you to catch you up on everything, as well as a news flash of the week in case you didn't have time to catch up on all of those. So be visiting us at altcoinbuzz.io to check those things out, link to our social media. And until next time, may all your trades be good ones.